Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Global Citizens from our couch. In this video, we wanted to talk to you about a few topics that I think, at least me as a foreigner living in Brazil for now almost 3 years, I have a good understanding of comparing life in general between Brazil and Canada. And also we wanted to talk to you guys about cost of living. How is it living in Brazil versus living in Canada? Mariana, how is cost of living in Canada?
Very expensive. Compared to Brazil, very expensive.
Yes, there are like certain things that in Canada a lot of people might look at it as like a luxury, like having a cleaning lady to come to your place once a week to clean. In Brazil, it is extremely common and very affordable. The other thing is, in general, labor in Brazil is very cheap. In Canada, it's exactly the opposite. It's very expensive. Once our fridge burned down, and we called the technician, and this is like a few years ago also, no? Like 5-6 years ago.
Yes.
And the technician right away, he said like, just for me to come and look at it back then was like $250 or $300. $500?
Yes.
Oh my God! So even my numbers are even like way
To
wrong.
come and check the fridge and $500, and then to fix another $750, which was the price of a new fridge.
Yeah, which is what we did. What we did, because we was like 750, and then again next week it can break down. So
That's what happened.
actually yes, it did. And then we said, you know what? Forget it. We go buy a new fridge. So labor in general is very expensive. Cost of living, like one thing I really like about Brazil is when you go to a store, what you see as a price tag on an item is what you pay at the cash. There is no more surprises. In Canada, you always have to like do calculations, especially the province that we were living in, province of Quebec. You have the highest sales taxes. Everything that you get, not everything, let's say 99% of the items that you buy. Some essential items at the supermarket, they don't have any like sales tax on it. Like I think there's bread, fruits, certain items that are essential items, there is no sales taxes. But besides that, everything else that you buy, there is 15% sales taxes on top of that. So this is another thing that I really like about Brazil. Cost of living is very reasonable. Now, you talk to Brazilians and they say, oh, inflation is very high, it's this, it's that. But then when we explain to them the situation in Canada, they all say, oh, really? Okay. You know, when you haven't seen another version or another reality, this is the case. One more thing I wanted to mention about like cost of living before we move to the next subject is the fact that you can pay almost everything in installments in Brazil. The first time we came to Brazil, I think it was back in 2013, 2014, we saw a pair of shoes, and then I said like it's like 5 or 6 times. I told Mariana, what is the? How do you need to like pay 6 times? She said like, no, this is the total price that they break it into 6 payments. I was like, oh my God, for a pair of shoes you can pay in 6 payments. So most of the stores, they have this option. I would say even all. If the store doesn't have it, your credit card might give you that option. Like we go even to the supermarket and they always ask us, is it one payment or you want to break it into installments? So even for groceries, you can do that, which is very good. Clothes and like basically everything. Yeah?
And this doesn't exist in Canada. Now maybe we saw like some things happening, like actually shoes was the first time I saw that at a specific store they were giving the option of paying in installments, but it didn't happen.
And there is one company for vacations also, Sunwing, that we saw that now even for vacations, if you go on a 10-day vacation to Cuba or to Mexico, now you can pay, but it's not like in Brazil. In Brazil, sometimes you can even pay in like 12 or 18 installments. Over there, I think maximum 6.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't allow you to pay for your vacation for like a year. But very, very few cases, not always. In Brazil, no. It's almost everything you can pay in installments. One more thing that is very, very expensive or very high in Canada compared to Brazil is taxes, obviously. Some levels of income, but when you reach to that level, most of the year you're actually working just for the government. Like half of the year sometimes you're just working for the government. Besides that, the taxes that you have on your properties, on, as I mentioned, sales taxes, everything else also adds up. So at the end of the year, it's a saying that they say in North America, one of your biggest expenses is taxes.
It can get up to 53%.
Yeah, depending on your income.
Yes, up to 53% is taxes.
Yeah.
Just your income taxes.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Then we were like talking to some people that they were like complaining about property taxes here in Brazil, and we said, but how much do you pay? And when they tell us how much it is, like to us, it's like a joke. It's like something that you in Canada you pay that for like a month as cost of your property, but over there it's really expensive. So taxes too is one thing to consider.
And the people might say, yeah, but you're making money in dollar. But you're paying much more in taxes too. So in the end, what is left to you, it's maybe the same thing. Like there isn't because you're paying so much more in taxes that it was left in your pocket. It's much less.
Yeah, absolutely. Next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is quality of life. Obviously, as you know, quality of life in Brazil is just excellent. Good food, good weather, beautiful beaches. You can be very active doing outdoor activities. It's not like in Canada that like 6 to 8 months of the year it's very cold. You cannot go out. Some people like winter activities, but most of the time it's not that easy to do exercise outside when it's like minus 30 or minus 40 degrees and you have like a half a meter of snow on the sidewalk. You can't go jogging like that. So for me, at least, I really like it here in Brazil because the sun is giving me vitamin D. It makes me happy, and also it gives a better quality of life. Quality of food also, we have noticed that we have lost weight since we came to Brazil. We went on a diet too, but even the quality of the food, the amount of processed food in Brazil is much less. And almost every day we eat at a restaurant, right?
Yeah, but it's really, it's like you have to have lived there to come here and see the difference.
Yeah.
Of when you eat and you see that you're eating, you realize that you're eating like high quality food. Yeah. It's so interesting that you can feel the difference.
Yeah, and sometimes because for years we were used to having fruit in Canada that basically had no taste because everything is imported. So everything has to be frozen and then they bring it to the shelves at the supermarket. So you eat everything and everything tastes like water.
The bananas, they come green, very green. They become ripe in your house.
Yeah, on your counter.
On your counter. Yeah, you buy them green, then you have to wait for them to be ripe, to be good, and all of that is like crazy because, and in the end, you don't taste the fruit anymore. It doesn't taste like banana, and it's not good. And another thing about the weather too, and it's very clear that cold weather, countries with cold weather, you can clearly see this affecting mental health in people and the lack of vitamin D, and it's very easy to see like everybody is on medications for mental health. So that's another thing that we see, how important it is to have the sunlight and the warmth of the sun every day, because it really affects your mental health.
Yeah, there were some articles even that we would read back then when we were in Canada that some of the highest numbers of the consumption of antidepressant medication in northern like Europe, like in Scandinavian countries, and also in Canada. It was because of the weather, because it's really, it affects people. Let's say an elderly person that is alone living in the house, and every day it's just like it's not sunny, it's dark, it's cold, you can't get out of the house for a few weeks, like it's not good really. So that is one thing. And then the warmth that Mariana mentioned brings me to also the warmth that you get here from Brazilian people. People are extremely friendly. They are very easy to talk to. They are willing to make friends and to have a conversation with you very easily. This we have seen it the past couple of years that we have been here.
Everybody is extremely approachable.
Oh yeah. Like you're just walking on the sidewalk and somebody starts talking to you about the weather, about our dog, about like the store that is on the sidewalk. I ask you, how is this a store? But I was like, I don't know. I've never used it. But people are very like easily approachable, and they are very friendly, easygoing. This is something that in the beginning when we came to Brazil, we were shocked because we were used to the system that you get into the elevator and nobody even talks to you in Canada. Nobody even says hi, nobody, everybody is just pretending that they're in their cell phone, right? Just for the elevator to get to their floor. In Brazil, no, it's amazing. It's really good, and we really like it. A few other things that are also much more affordable in Brazil are things like transportation, for example. An Uber here that takes like 15-20 minutes is not going to break the bank at all. It's very cheap. It's just like a few bucks. But in Canada, no. From, let's say, our place to the airport in Montreal was around 20 minutes, no?
15-20
minutes, yeah. And it was last time that we were there, it was around, I think, $40?
Yeah.
$40. Taxi,
Canadian dollars.
Yeah, taxi or Uber, which here it's too much. You can go to another city with that
yeah,
amount.
to be around 120 reais.
Yeah, which no.
For like a 15-20 minutes ride.
No.
So.
Another thing that is very, very affordable is internet at home. Even if you want to have like a high-speed internet, the best package, it is going to be much, much cheaper. One more thing is cell phone packages. My God, here it's like, as somebody who has lived in Canada, paid so much for cell phone service that is not even comparable. The quality and like the package that you get, the coverage, my God, here is amazing. Just to give you an example, the last package that we had for cell phones in Canada, it was like 2 lines. And then we had like shared amount of data. I believe it was around 20 gigs per month. With the taxes, sales taxes per month, we were paying $170 per month. Here in Brazil, I pay 300, I think, reais, yes, which is like $80. And I get 100 gigs of data, and this does not disappear next month. This is another problem with packages in Canada. The 20 gigs that we had in Canada per month, at the end of the month, whether you had used the whole 20 gigs or you had used only one, it would all just go back to 0. Next month, again, you would start with just 20 gigs. And they would not accumulate the amount of data that you had. Here in Brazil, no. What I pay, it lasted me for almost a year. So again, less than what we were paying in Canada for a month will get me data for a year in Brazil. And much more. I have also minutes, I have SMS. A lot of these packages that you get from cell phone companies in Brazil, WhatsApp also is free. WhatsApp it comes with the package that you have. Like, it doesn't matter. The messages that you send on WhatsApp, they don't charge you for that. So this is another thing that is really, really affordable,
yes.
No?
Yes.
However, on the other hand, things that are not affordable in Brazil are like anything related to energy, electricity. Per month, what you pay for electricity, for your electricity usage is expensive. We pay almost what we used to pay in Canada, no? Almost.
Yeah,
because electricity is very expensive, and then like most of the places, your shower head is also electric. So that adds up to your electricity bill. AC, because it's hot, you turn on the AC. AC consumes a lot of electricity. So that's expensive.
Gas.
Oh, gas too. Gas for your car.
It's the same prices.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's priced in dollars.
Yeah, it's priced in dollars, so it's expensive here.
Yeah, and so these are the two areas that not that we say it is expensive for people that make money maybe in dollar, or they're used to Canada or the US, North America. is not that bad, but for the locals, it's very expensive because it doesn't make sense that it is priced in dollar, and Brazil has a lot of oil and gas. So why energy is that expensive? We're not going to get into it, let's say. And also, in general, everything that is imported is very expensive, like Apple products, like luxury goods,
Yes.
and cars.
Anything
Cars.
that is not produced in Brazil that needs to be imported, it's gonna be like real expensive.
Yeah.
Like 3 times more.
Yeah, and some cars, like luxury cars that are very expensive, it might be even 3-4 times more than what you pay for it in North America, because the government imposes import taxes. And I think their justification is that, well, if you want that car, if you can afford it, pay 2-3 times more for it. And this is how they also make money out of the import taxes. But also there is generally a culture within the government that they want to promote the local businesses and local economy. And that's why anything imported, it's really expensive.
But then the opposite, you're gonna see that the small business is extremely strong in the country.
Yeah.
Like you don't see chains only of things like, but you see a lot of little small business. Like everybody has their own store, and that is something that we don't see in Canada anymore.
At all, no.
No.
Small businesses basically don't exist.
No, only big chains. That's it.
Everything has become a monopoly, like supermarkets. It's either big chains or Walmart and Costco.
Yeah.
Here, no, you have very small convenience stores, and then you have big supermarkets too. But as Mariana mentioned, small business is extremely strong in Brazil. Everywhere you go, from small cities that we visited or we just drove through, or big cities like Rio and Sao Paulo. Any neighborhood has its own little bakery shop, its own little supermarket. The ladies that do nails and haircuts for ladies, a barber shop. These kinds of little businesses, you see them everywhere. And a lot of them are also busy. It's not that they just open and then they go bankrupt. No, there is actually demand for it, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And last thing is another topic that we have already talked about it many times. So I'm just gonna quickly mention it, healthcare. That it's the difference is just day and night, as we have mentioned in several videos by now. And this is not just healthcare just for us, it's for humans, for pets. We had experience with our dog in North America, and then after that in Mexico, that the doctor saved him and us completely. And then in Brazil also, every time we have gone to a vet clinic, the treatment was excellent. And even for public system that you have, it's not even comparable. And when you compare the amount of taxes that you pay in different countries and the service that you receive as healthcare, Brazil, I would say, is 1,000 times better than Canada. I know a lot of people in the comment section are gonna start fighting and disagree with us probably, but we are just talking from our own experience.
Yeah, for me the most important is to have access to specialists. And here in Brazil is just like a phone call, a WhatsApp message. In Canada, you have to go through your family doctor, and then your family doctor has to refer you to the specialist, and then you have to be able to book an appointment with specialist, and it was never ever less than 3 months.
Oh yeah,
waiting
minimum.
time.
Minimum.
Never, it doesn't matter.
No.
So, and for me, the fact that you can just send a message or call your specialist, it doesn't matter, whatever that you need. And it's priceless.
Yeah, this is really, until you haven't gone through the experience that we had in Canada, you won't appreciate this luxury that you have in Brazil. Even pharmacies, a lot of controlled substances, obviously, definitely, you need a prescription. But little things like, for example, I take allergy pills. So that little allergy pill, I can just go to any pharmacy and buy it here in Brazil. Over there, no. Go make an appointment. Wait for the family doctor to see you, which might take weeks, and then just give you a prescription for a simple allergy medication. It's not something like life-threatening, or it's not like a controlled substance or anything. It's an allergy pill. So it makes your life much easier when you can just walk into a pharmacy and just get what you need.
And the price.
And oh my God, the price is like what, 1/5 we pay here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that too. Anyway, there you have it. We wanted to definitely talk about this. This was a list that we had prepared for years actually. And we wanted to talk about this, but we were busy going to different places, visiting so many different places. We never got the time to just sit down and do one more episode of Global Citizens from the Couch. So now that we have the chance, we wanted to share with you this too. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Share with us your thoughts, what you think also about these topics that we talked about. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.